Breaking news. The week started off with a bang here. What should have been just another workday for the Philadelphia Eagles turned into one of the most chaotic and emotionally charged moments of the entire NFL season. With just over 4 minutes left on the clock in a Week 16 game against the Washington Commanders, and the Eagles leading 29-10, tensions exploded in a general brawl that resulted in players being ejected, tempers flaring, and fans on both sides more agitated than ever. What triggered this chaos? A controversial decision by coach Nick Sirianni that, depending on who you ask, was either a clever strategic play or a blatant sign of disrespect. Before I tell you all the details, make sure you've already hit the like button, but only do so if you're a true Eagles fan. If possible, write something like, "Go Eagles. Nothing will stop us." I have a few important points to address with you, but first we still need to talk about the game against the Commanders. With the Eagles already leading by 19 points and the victory seemingly secured, Sirianni opted to attempt a 2-point conversion after a touchdown late in the game. While the play might have made sense on paper, securing a 19-point lead, which is mathematically harder to overcome than 18, it sent a clear message to Washington, which did not receive it well. The reaction was immediate and visceral. On the next play, what began as an aggressive game of football turned into a breakdown of control on both sides, culminating in a general brawl that shocked fans and commentators. Punches were thrown, players were separated, and ultimately, 3 athletes were ejected from the game. Eagles offensive lineman Tyler Steen and Commanders players Javon Kinlaw and Quan Martin. This incident wasn't just a scuffle, it was a boiling point in a rivalry that has clearly gone from competitive to hostile. Commentators were quick to weigh in. Was this calculated by the Eagles? Was it a show of dominance heading into the playoffs? Or was it an unnecessary escalation that could cost the team discipline and focus at the most crucial time of the season? Sirianni remained firm in his stance post-game, explaining the call as a strategic one aimed at minimizing any chance of a late-game miracle by Washington. Still, it did little to calm the controversy swirling around the move. What followed only added fuel to the fire. Washington's head coach, Dan Quinn, didn't hold back, issuing a post-game statement that sounded less like commentary and more like a battle cry. "If that's how they want to play, that's fine," he said, his tone clearly signaling that this wasn't the end of the story. The Commanders were already having a disappointing season, and now they had a new mission: make the Eagles pay in their rematch scheduled for Week 18. Quinn's comments were a direct shot at the Eagles, and you could feel the ripple effect of his words stirring up both locker rooms. For Philadelphia, already crowned NFC East champions, the last game of the regular season was shaping up to be a formality. But not anymore. Now, it's a showdown of pride. Washington is coming in with nothing to lose and everything to prove. They're angry, motivated, and looking for revenge. Meanwhile, the Eagles face a strategic decision. Do they rest their starters to preserve them for the playoffs, or do they bring full force to crush the challenge and send a message of their own? And while all of this drama has captivated the headlines, the Eagles quietly received some fantastic news behind the scenes. 2 major pieces of the puzzle are set to return: defensive lineman Jalen Carter and offensive tackle Lane Johnson. Carter, sidelined by a shoulder injury, has been a key presence in the center of the defensive line and is expected to suit up in Week 17. His return couldn't be more timely. Even without him, the Eagles' defense has held opponents to under 300 yards in back-to-back games. With Carter back, the pressure on opposing quarterbacks will ramp up to nightmare levels. Lane Johnson's return might be even more impactful. The veteran right tackle has been missed on the offensive line, especially in recent weeks where protection broke down more often than usual. With him back, Jalen Hurts can breathe a little easier, knowing that his blind side is secured by one of the best in the business. A healthy offensive line also opens up more opportunities for the run game, which will be vital as the Eagles look to balance their attack heading into the playoffs. The combination of defensive muscle and offensive stability couldn't come at a better time. Philadelphia doesn't just want to survive in the postseason, They want to dominate. With the 49ers, Cowboys, and other NFC powerhouses circling, the Eagles know that any edge matters. And while the fight against Washington might have sparked controversy, it also lit a fire. This team has something to prove, not just to the Commanders, but to the entire league. Still, the question remains, how will the Eagles respond to the psychological warfare being waged by Washington? Will Sirianni take the high road and focus purely on playoff preparation, or will he send his starters out in Week 18 to make a definitive statement that this team doesn't back down from anyone? The next few days will reveal a lot about this team's identity. And what about the Commanders? Can they actually back up all the tough talk with action on the field? Or will this new chapter of the rivalry end the same way as the last, with the Eagles on top and their rivals left fuming? With emotions running high and pride on the line, this rematch is set to be one of the most emotionally charged games of the entire season. After all the drama, punches, ejections, and press conference zingers, we're left with a singular burning question. How do you think this growing rivalry between the Eagles and Commanders will impact not only their next showdown, but the way both teams perform heading into the playoffs? Let me know what you think.